All right, what's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? How's everyone? I was putting on my costume. My bad I took so long. But how's everyone doing? Welcome to another live stream, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Horror Sundays. Today's episode of 53, I think. Today's going to be all Scream related. Today is all Scream related. Today is everything Scream, guys. So we are talking everything Scream. But we could talk about other stuff too, but mainly try to keep it in Scream, you know? And what's up, everyone? Like I said, how's everyone doing? It's Stu. Emo Nerd Girl says it's not Stu. It could have been Billy if I had my hair done correctly. But yeah, Stu's cool too. I'm gonna be making the Stu Mocker mask soon as well. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? Apple Ricky says Malcolm McDowell is hilarious. Yes, he is. Yes, he is hilarious. He's a great actor. I love him. I grew up watching him. Dominic Sinclair says, hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? How you doing, Dominic? How you doing, man? How's the script coming along? I'm buying equipment for that movie, bro. So, you know, how's the script coming along? Let me see. Apple Ricky said, what's up? Emo Nerd Girl said, hi. Emo Nerd Girl says, looks good, bud. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would have styled my hair like Billy, but it's kind of hot under this mask, you know, and then the gel, you start sweating, so I couldn't do it right now. So I just decided to keep it dry. But yeah, I was wearing the aged mask again. I love this mask. I hope you guys saw my video on the rehaul on it. And thank you, Emo Nerd Girl, for tuning into my band page as well. I'll be seeing you there a lot as well. All right, guys, give me a second. I'm gonna go drop this. I'm gonna drop this. This link in my Instagram. I'll be back. I am back. Emo Nerd Girl says next time. Yeah, I am back. Emo Nerd Girl says next time. Yeah, next time for sure. How's everyone doing today? Let's let some more people join up in the chat right here. Let me know how's everyone doing today, guys. Please keep smashing the thumbs up right there. Yeah, guys, let's keep smashing the thumbs up so more people could join us here on the live stream. Like I said, today we're going to be talking nothing but Scream 7. Nothing. Is everyone excited for Scream 7 yet or what? Because I know I am. I'm already ready. I even bought a brand new Ghostface mask and everything. That's going to be awesome. Let's see what we could find. On Scream 7. Anything new right here. We got 6 weeks. We got like about 6 weeks left. We got about like 6 weeks left for Scream 7. Caleb says, I'm doing good, homie. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here, Caleb. And glad to see you're doing good, bud. Glad to see you're doing good. Welcome to another episode of Horror Sundays. Today's episode 53, guys. Episode 53. Today is dedicated to all Scream. Today is everything Scream, guys. So let's talk Scream. Emo Nerd Girl says, oh, it's chilly. It's kind of hot here in LA. Here in LA, it's really hot right now. It feels like summertime in LA right now. Wolf says, Hollywood Horror Film Club. What's up, Wolf? Glad to see you here as well. Welcome to another episode of Horror Sundays, Wolf. Glad to see you here. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Wolf, if you haven't, man, please get us up to 17, Wolf, please. And let's talk some Scream. Apple Ricky says, I'm going to write a Jeff the Killer. I'm going to write a Jeff the Killer movie because Slender Man had inspired by Halloween 2007 remake Terrifying Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare. That's awesome, Apple Ricky. That's awesome. Jeff the Killer's cool. My friend actually wants to make a Jeff the Killer fan film as well for our channel eventually. Apple Ricky says, I'd want Martin Portlock to play Jeff. He was Peter Pan in Neverland Nightmare. He even got the look. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Sounds great. Caleb says, I like original Scream. Yes, the first Scream. That first Scream is the best, bro. That first Scream is like on par with the first Halloween pretty much, you know? But that first Scream was the best, bro. Because that first Scream felt like literal, like to me when I first saw the first Scream, it felt like just some high school guys just trying to copy their favorite killers, you know, that they saw in the movies. That's all it seemed like to me. A Scream was different when it first came out, and it was the most realistic one out of all of them. Scream 1996, the first one, was the most realistic one out of all of them, bro. I love the first one. I even think Ghostface was pretty freaking... I think Ghostface was the scariest in Scream 1, bro. He was menacing and everything, you know? But now it's like, I don't know, Ghostface, he's not as scary no more. He's just more cool to look at now. But he was really scary in that first Scream. Twisted Emo said, yo, what's up, Twisted Emo? Glad to see you, Twisted Emo. Glad to see you here on another live stream. Yeah, Hollywood Horror Film Club. Today, Horror Sundays, episode 53. Today, this episode is dedicated to everything Scream. Everything Scream. We are 6 weeks away, guys. We are 6. And then next week coming up, and that's 5 weeks now. So we're literally like 5 weeks away now from Scream 7 dropping. You know, that's soon, bro. That's like we're almost at the end of this month. We're almost at the end of this month, bro. And once the first week of February hits, it's just gonna fly by after that. After the first week of February, it's just gonna fly after that. Tosanimo says, I made a new animatronic comparison video earlier today. Cool, bro. I'll check it out later. I'll check it out later after my live stream when I just chill and look at stuff on my phone after I'm done with this. I'll check it out, bro. Caleb says, I miss my homie Wes Craven. May he rest in peace. Yes, Wes Craven. Wes Craven, man. Who could forget Wes Craven, bro? Wes Craven, one of the greatest directors, bro. That's another director that inspired me to do what I do, you know? Wes Craven, bro. Yeah, he did the original Hills Have Eyes, Last House on the Left, People Under the Stairs, obviously Nightmare on Elm Street. He didn't write Scream, Kevin Williamson did, but he directed it, you know? So yeah, bro, Wes Craven, bro, he's been gone for like 10, 11, 12 years or something like that already. That's crazy, right? Time flies. Yeah, bro, may he rest in peace. May he be one with the Force. Wolf says, will you be able to experience Ghostface's blood-soaked reign of terror in IMAX? I hope so. Imagine movies started getting more creative at the theaters, and during like splashing scenes of blood or something, they spray water at you, kind of like at Universal Studios, just to feel more immersed in the movie. You know, like at Universal Studios, if you've ever been there, when you get on Jurassic Park to ride, and then there's like the Dilophosaurus spitting water at you. Like imagine they had some little hoses in movie theaters like that would spray water on people, you know, like to mimic blood or water, you know, something like that, you know. Let me see. Emo Nerd Girl says the story was very deep in '96. I agree. Yes. The '96 is because it was like the original Scream was a mystery movie. You know, it was a mystery movie. It was a mystery movie. So the movie couldn't just be. It was a whodunit, you know? So the movie couldn't be like a Halloween movie where we know Michael Myers and we follow him around doing his crimes, you know? Scream was a whodunit. So Scream had a focus on the drama and the experiences of that the characters are going through simultaneously, while one of them is dressed up, well, two of them are dressed up as a killer ghost. Stalking people, you know? So in a Scream movie, you can't really follow around Ghostface that you could follow Michael, you know? Because Michael's just one man. We know his identity. Ghostface is something people use to cover the tracks so they don't get caught, you know? So they could commit crimes. But yeah, the first movie was great because it had a great story, a great plot, great cast, great acting, you know? So it felt the first movie felt real, bro. Like when I first saw the first Scream movie, it felt really realistic, like that was really happening, you know? Like I don't feel that with Scream movies now. Now, like after Scream 4, I couldn't really like feel like, oh, this is real. Now I just see it as just a movie, you know, like these are just actors acting in front of a camera, you know, and that's all. But like the first 3 Scream movies seemed really real. I guess because stuff was shot on film back then, so it gave it a more realistic vibe, I guess. Caleb says, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is good. I have not seen it yet, bro. I've not seen it yet, man. I didn't get the chance to go see it when it was out. I'll check it out on streaming, though. I think where is it streaming? Is it on Peacock? Because if it's on Peacock, I'll just watch it after the live. Huh? Apple says, I want him to be like Art the Clown, Myers, Hannibal. Wait. I want him to be like Art the Clown, Michael Myers, Hannibal Lecter. Oh, okay, cool. So you want your killer to be like that? Like all of them? Yeah, we all want our killers. My clown killer is inspired by all those killers as well. You know, Art the Clown, Michael, all that good stuff. Wolf says, will you be able to experience Ghostface's? Oh yeah, I already answered that question. It's going to look great in IMAX, bro. I'm pretty sure it's going to look great in IMAX. And like I said earlier, Wolf, I wish they would add like little sprinklers in the theater. So when someone dies and the camera gets splashed with blood on it, you know, I'm just saying, you know, like maybe hit people with water. It'll be more immersive in the theater, you know. Aparica says, I picture the movie being really effed up. Well, yeah, it's Jeff the Killer. Is that what we're talking about? Your Jeff the Killer movie that you wanted to make? Yeah, well, yeah, it has to be brutal and bloody and gory. Imonor Girl says, Sydney, love how the hero is a chick. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, most if anything, all the slasher movies. If anything, all horror movies, the final person is always a final girl. It's always a female. It's always a woman. except like in let me see, like Friday the 13th with Tommy Jarvis. Friday the 13th was like, to me, Friday the 13th was like the only franchise that was able to incorporate both final girls and final guys equally, you know? Halloween always had a final girl. What is it? Laurie Strode. What is it called? What is it called? Jamie Lloyd. I guess you could consider John Tate, Laurie's son, a final guy, but we didn't really see him in much. Only one movie. But yeah, it's usually always a final girl in the horror movies. Unlike Friday the 13th, they did a pretty good job of splitting it between men and women, yeah? But yeah, and Scream is always going to be a final girl. Or yeah, and Scream the TV series. And Scream the TV series season 3, there was a final guy. There was a final guy character, Dion, the football player. He was getting stalked by some ghost faces in Scream season 3. He was also a final guy. Yeah, but yeah, Scream usually always has a final girl, though. It's usually, that's how Scream is. Yeah. Tosadimo says, I'm basically comparing my 2013 clown animatronic with my 2023 model version. I tried spotting differences and comparing who was a bit better. Awesome, bro. So it's the same. So it's like the same clown, just you just got a more modern version now. Tostadimo. Tostadimo. So it's the same clown, the same brand of clown. It's just updated for 2026. Let's keep smashing that thumbs up, guys. We're almost up to 20. Come on, guys, we're almost up to 20. We just need 2 more. Wolf says, the first Scream movie is genuinely one of my all-time favorites. Movies, period, not just horror movies. Wes Craven is a legend. Yes, the first Scream, like I said, bro, I love Scream 19. I love them all. Don't get me wrong. I love all the horror movies. I love all of them. I love all of them. But if I had favorites, yeah, that first Scream. It's funny because when I was a kid, I kind of liked Scream 2 better. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess because the movie was longer, you know, and there's like extra scenes and stuff in a longer movie. But Scream 1 had the better plot, though. Scream 1 had the better plot, more realistic, you know? It's more real. To me, it was more realistic for 2 high school dudes to team up and go on a murder spree than it was for a middle-aged woman and some young college dude to team up and become a Ghostface team, you know? Like, that's why I like, don't get me wrong, I like Scream 2 as well. It was great. Great Ghostface as well, but Scream 1 had the better plot, you know, the better story, more realistic also. The first Scream movie, if you guys look this up later, the first Scream movie is always compared to Columbine. If you guys know what Columbine is, it happened in 1999. These like school shooters went crazy in this school in Columbine High School. Is I forgot what town it was, some small town in the Midwest and stuff like that. And Scream 1 often gets compared, and often people often say that Scream 1 predicted Columbine because it's literally 2 high school students in Scream 1 going on a killing spree, you know? They weren't mass shooters, but they were still going on a killing spree and killing high school students, yeah? So that's what it was. That's what made it great. Aparikis says, I picture Jeff being like a menace, like Menace in Halloween, Rob Zombies, and brutal like Art the Clown. That's awesome, Apple Ricky. Yeah, Jeff the Killer is a brutal killer. He is gory. He is disgusting. Yeah, he's nasty. That would need to be a gory film. Hell yeah, Apple Ricky. Love to hear. I love Jeff the Killer. Me and my friend wanted to make a Jeff the Killer movie as well, but I got too many projects right now coming up, so I gotta see when I'm gonna have time for that. Let me see. Emo Nerd Girl says Scream 4 didn't like very much. Oh, bro, I love Scream 4 though. Don't get me wrong. Scream 1 and Scream 4 are like my first 2 favorites. Scream 1 and Scream 4 are like my first 2 favorites. I love Scream 4 as well, honestly. I love Scream 4 as well because it brought back Ghostface. Even though the movie didn't do like crazy at the box office, the merch sold though. A lot of Ghostface Fun World merch sold that Halloween. Because when Scream 4 dropped, like I want to say like 2009, 2010, 2011, like 2 years, a little, yeah, like almost 2, yeah, like about, like a little over, like, let me see. Like almost 2 years after Rob Zombie's Halloween. So Scream 4 came out like 2 years after Rob Zombie's Halloween. And even though, like I said, the movie didn't do great at the box office, it still brought back Ghostface to the mainstream. It still brought back Ghostface to the mainstream. Be quiet. Get away from the window. Yeah, so like I said, even though Scream 4 didn't do great at the box office, it still brought Ghostface and Scream back to the mainstream. So when Scream 4 came out, there was like the re-release of Scream 1, Scream 2, and Scream 3 with Scream 4 added in as well. You know, there was a box collector set of all the Scream movies, including Scream 4. So it did a good job at bringing Ghostface back to the mainstream because I'm gonna be honest, for a while, Scream was kind of dead. Scream was kind of dead for a while. And you got to remember, this was during like all the reboot stuff in the early from the early 2000s to the early 2010s, you know? So Friday the 13th got a reboot, Halloween got a reboot, Last House on the Left got a reboot, Amityville Horror got a reboot, Black Christmas got a reboot. All that stuff got a reboot except Scream. Think about it. Except Scream. Scream was the only one who didn't get a remake during the remake era, and I'm pretty sure that's because of Wes Craven. He didn't want that. What he did, Wes Craven with Scream 4, he basically invented the requel, the legacy sequel. You know that we now hear a lot being talked about because of Scream 5 as well. Wes Craven invented the legacy sequel like 10, 11 years before it was even a concept, you know? And that's what helped Scream. Also, like I said, a lot of merch was selling. A lot of Scream 4 merch was made and sold during the Scream 4 era. I used to go to Party City and just buy Ghostface masks up the butt, you know, during the Scream 4 era because there was just so much Scream 4 merch that was being released at the time, and that also helped, you know. That also helped. Look, check this out, just to prove it to you guys. I got this during the Scream 4 era. Look, check it out. I got this during the Scream 4 era. It's even like branded Scream 4. Remember, guys, when stuff was branded Scream 4? I got this during the Scream 4 era, dude. I got this during that time. There was a lot of merch being sold with the Scream 4 branding on it. So that also helped to keep Ghostface in the mainstream as well. And then there was also like the trailers and stuff, which was crazy because there wasn't too many trailers at that time with Scream 4, to be honest. There wasn't a lot of trailers of Scream 4, to be honest. I remember seeing my first behind-the-scenes pic of Ghostface for Scream 4. Let me see it. Let me see if I could find it. But yeah, Twisted Emo says, I did come up with a horror movie. It's a serial killer that kills people on Halloween, even kids, and every hour he switches into a new costume. That's cool, bro. That's cool. That's very unique, man. That's very unique. You should make a fan film, bro. You should make a fan film, see if it's a good concept, and then maybe get like a higher budget and make it or something, you know. Iman Girl says girl power. Yeah, definitely Scream. The Scream movies are definitely all about girl power. Let's keep smashing that thumbs up, guys. Come on. Let's get it up to 20, everyone. Let's get it up to 20. We're almost there. Twisted Emo says, so when someone tries describing what costume he was wearing, he changes into a new one. That's awesome. That's smart. That's smart because the cops would have a hard time tracking him down. Yo, Twisted Emo, that's smart, bro. I didn't even think of that, you know. That's your thing, bro. Make it happen, Twisted Emo. You came up with your concept, bro. Make it happen. But that is very smart, though. That is smart, huh? Switching costumes and stuff. Sick, staying undetected. But make sure he doesn't keep the costumes. Make sure he, like, burns them and torches them with gas. Iman Girl says, have you seen Scream Legacy? Scream Legacy, isn't that like a fan film? Yes, I have seen it. I saw it a while ago. It came out I think it came out like around 2022 when Scream 2022 was about to release. I think it came out like maybe 2021 or 2022, I think. Like during the Scream 2022 era. But yeah, I've seen it. I haven't seen it in a while though. But it's on Tubi as well. It's on Tubi. I saw it the other day because I was looking for some Scream movies, and unfortunately they didn't have any on Tubi. I was looking for Scream 4 specifically. And then I saw Scream Legacy, but I was like, I just put something. I put a dinosaur movie instead on, you know. But yeah, I've seen it, Iman Girl. I've seen it. IB. Oh, IBP Fan Edits, retracted message. IBP Fan Edits said, hi, what's up, IBP Fan Edits? How you doing, IBP Fan Edits? Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here on another episode of Horror Sundays. Today, we are talking everything Scream. Scream 6, No, Scream 7 is 6 weeks away. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about everything Scream. Everything Scream here on the channel. Yeah, we could talk about other stuff too here on the site as well. Wolf says Scream 4 is my favorite sequel in the franchise. Mine too, bro. I love Scream 4. It's my favorite sequel in the franchise. Yeah, I love the original Scream. Like I said, I love all the movies. I like them all. I grew up watching all of them. You know, like they're all nostalgic to me. Even Scream 5 and 6 that are recently came out. But yeah, I love them all. But my favorite sequel would be Scream 4, bro. My favorite sequel would be Scream 4, bro. One of the reasons is because I used to date a girl back in those days that used to look exactly like Emma Roberts, dude. That's one of the reasons why I love Scream 4 a lot. We used to watch Scream a lot, Scream 4 specifically, you know? So yeah, it's because I used to date a girl that used to look, I don't know if she still looks like her, I haven't seen her. But yeah, she used to look a lot like Emma Roberts in Scream 4. We used to watch that movie a lot. So yeah, that's one of the reasons. Another reason is because like, Scream 4, it was just cool, bro. It was cool. I liked how Charlie and Jill, and this time the teenagers actually did look like teenagers. That's one thing Scream 4 got right, is that this time the teenagers actually looked like 2010s teenagers, you know? Like kids. Unlike Scream 1, they looked like college students, you know? And Scream 1, bro, like when I was a kid and I first saw Scream 1, I was like, bro, these are high schoolers? I thought they were college students, because when I saw Scream 2, that's when they were in college. And then when I was like, oh crap, so they were, they just, teenagers looked older back then in general, not just in movies, bro. But I remember growing up, seeing my cousins, and they all looked like 20 something when they were like 15, 16 back in those days, you know? Let me see. Mac Castaneda says, please what, Mac? Did I miss one of your messages? Mac Castaneda. Hey, Mac Castaneda, did I miss something? Bro? Hey, be quiet. Mac, did I miss something, bro? But yeah, Wolf says Scream 4. Yeah, Scream 4 is another one of my favorites, bro. Like I said, I love all the movies, but yeah, Scream 1 is my favorite movie in the franchise, and Scream 4 is my favorite sequel, you know? Apple says, I picture one scene to be like the director's cut of Rob Zombie's Halloween. It's gonna be very effed up. That's awesome, Apple Ricky. Hell yeah. That sounds great. You gotta make it crazy nowadays, bro. Rob Zombie knew that too. Rob Zombie was kind of like ahead of the game. Like when he was making like House of a Thousand Corpses, Halloween, Devil's Rejects. He knew that in the future, horror movies were gonna have to get really disgusting, really brutal, really, what is it called? Really graphic, you know? He knew horror movies were gonna have to get really, really graphic to other degrees, because just a guy killing people on its own, it wasn't gonna do it, you know? By the early 2000s, when he was doing House of a Thousand Corpses, you know, like the stakes were already being upped in horror, you know. Rob Zombie was coming in, you know, so he was bringing in that disgusting, gory, rednecky, shaky cam, realistic vibe to film, you know. Let me see. Wolf says, what was the first R-rated movie you saw in theaters? The first R-rated movie I saw in theaters. Let me see. Halloween 2007. Yeah, bro, I saw Halloween 2007 in theaters. In theaters. Unfortunately, I didn't get to catch any of the original Scream movies in theaters, because I was only like 5 or 6 or something, or 7 in like the late 90s, you know. But when I was in high school during the 2000s, I caught a few horror movies in theaters, you know. And Rob Zombie's Halloween was my first actual R-rated movie in theaters. I was like 15 or 16, and my brother was like 10 or 9, and we went on a Saturday. And, you know, I wasn't old enough to buy the tickets yet, you know? So we got some bum, some white guy, you know? Some old white guy who was chilling right there by the old theater in Glendale, California, the Frog Theater. And then we asked him, hey, yo, dude, you know, we're underage. He probably thought we were going to ask him for beer first, but can you get us some tickets for Rob Zombie's Halloween? And at first he was like, no, you know, like the South Park episode. But then next thing you know, he just saw us sitting there, 2 kids, you know, and he ends up buying us the tickets. And he walked us to the opening, and like he was our dad and shit. And then, yeah, we saw Rob Zombie's Halloween 2007 in theaters. Bro, when I saw that, I came out of the theater like like traumatized, bro. Like I was like, bro, Rob Zombie made Michael really messed up. Like in the original Halloween, like you were like you didn't really feel that bad for the characters dying. But in Rob Zombie's Halloween, when I came out of the theater, I was like, bro, this Michael is just too mean, you know? But yeah, it was a great experience. Emo Nerd Girl says, I'm not an Emma Roberts fan. I am. Well, I was when she wasn't married. Now she's married or whatever. Yeah, I mean, she was an attractive girl back then, you know. Now she has a kid, so I can't really see her that way anymore. Apple Ricky says Jeff won't talk. Yeah, he doesn't talk. I don't think Jeff the Killer talks, does he? Apple Ricky says I have the mind of Damian Leon. Yep, you're getting there. You're getting there, Apple Ricky. You're getting there. Emo Nerd Girl says nice. IBP fan edit says, I have a feeling Scream 7 will have the same vibe as Scream 4. I think so too. I think so too, IBP fan edits. I really think so too as well. You know why? Because I read a spoiler. I'm not gonna talk spoilers though. I don't want to do that. But I read a spoiler that apparently like it spoiled who the killers are in the movie. And if it's not, and okay, so here's the thing. So a lot of people, there's a lot of rumors going around that McKenna Grace might be a ghost face because in Scream, every person that has flannel or like a plaid shirt ends up being a ghost face killer, you know? So think of Billy Loomis, Scream 1996. Think of Emma Roberts, Jill Roberts. They have the same last name. She's literally playing herself. But yeah, think of Jill Roberts, Scream 4, 2011, blue flannel plaid. So yeah, and there's also Derek who didn't end up being a killer, who wears blue flannel as well in Scream 2. But originally, him and Hallie, Sid's roommate, were gonna be the killers in Scream 2 until the script got leaked on the internet back in the 90s. Think about that. They were having this problem back in the 90s. It was starting, you know. So they had to make they had to make Derek into cannon fodder, you know. They had to kill him off, you know, because the script got leaked and he couldn't be the killer no more. But yeah, also Liv had a flannel in Scream 5, but she wasn't a killer. Richie Kirsch did have a flannel, a blue one too, and he ended up being a killer. So yeah, a lot of people think McKenna Grace could be a killer, so it's 50-50. It's 50-50. If the spoiler I read doesn't end up being true, then there's a possibility that McKenna Grace could probably be one of the killers as well. Stu is another possibility as well. People think Jill is alive as well, but I'm kind of starting to get skeptical on Jill, especially since people started saying that McKenna Grace could be a killer. But then there's also rumors that she dies as well. So I don't know. Yeah, but I kind of see what you're saying though, that there's gonna have Scream 4 vibes because they're going for like so what they're doing in Scream 7, that Scream 4 thing you said, yeah, they are kind of going in Scream 4 vibes because in Scream 4, they introduced the whole internet, remember, Scream 4 was ahead of the time, bro. Scream 4 introduced live streaming. Remember Robbie Mercer? He was literally a live streamer. In Scream 4, Robbie Mercer, Charlie Walker's co-host of the cinema club in Woodsboro High, you know? He was literally a live streamer. He would walk around with like a camera like this, you know, and live stream what he would be doing. He even Sydney even asks him, do you record everything you do? And he's not like, everyone's gonna be doing it one day, Sid. Literally, you know? Yeah, so and the whole internet, the whole recording the murders, well, that was in Scream 2. That happened as well in Scream 2, but they didn't record the murders though. They just recorded them stalking them before killing them. Charlie and Jill literally were recording the murders because they had cameras inside their ghost face masks, you know? So what Scream 7 is gonna kind of do is they're gonna be like a kind of like a Scream 4, like a Scream 4 reminiscent movie, kind of like Scream 6 as well. Because Scream 6 also had a lot of Scream 4. It was very Scream 4 reminiscent. And I think Scream 7 is going to be Scream 4 reminiscent as well. Because in Scream 7, supposedly they're going to be introducing this AI thing, right? This AI angle. We don't know what it is yet. I don't know what it is yet. I'm nobody. I'm no insider. I just read what everyone else reads online. But yeah, supposedly they're gonna be doing this AI thing. What could it be? Well, it could be either like a deep fake of Stu, you know, kind of like this, streaming to Sydney, talking to her or something. You know, it could be AI generated voices that they use to call Sydney and make her think Stu, you know, and make her think past killers are alive. So if they're gonna be doing the whole AI thing, it's gonna be like Scream 4, you know, where they're gonna be introducing a new technology to the mix, you know. It's gonna be just like Scream 4, where they're gonna be introducing a new technology to the mix that Ghostface will be utilizing. Just like in Scream 4, how they introduced live streaming and iPhones, you know, and recording the murders on your iPhone, you know. Scream 7 is also will be introducing some new tech that Ghostface will be utilizing. Just like in Scream 5, you know how they, well, it wasn't new tech, but it was, they made Ghostface have his voice changer inside his mask and costume. Remember when in the hospital scene, when he presses the button and it turns on, you know, the voice modulator. So pretty much each Scream movie introduces a new type of technology that Ghostface will be using. Let me see if Scream 2 did that. Let me see. Did Ghostface use any new technology in Scream 2? I guess the camcorders, yeah. Yeah, I guess the camcorders, because in the 90s, yeah, in the 90s, camcorders were very popular. This was before smartphones and cell phones. You know, people had camcorders. You know, people had cell phones then, but they had those big giant brick phones from the 80s still. So no one wanted to carry that around unless you were like a super like businessman or some bougie rich dude from that era. Yeah, but everyone had camcorders back then. Everyone had a camcorder. So yeah, Scream 2, they show you the Maureen Prescott and Phil Stevens being recorded outside the theater in line as they wait for the stab preview with the camcorder. So yeah, Scream 2 actually did show some new technology. Scream 1 as well utilized some new technology. You know, the caller ID. Remember in Scream 1, the caller ID, that was the new thing during that time, during Scream 1. Also, a new piece of technology that Sydney utilized was the internet. Remember in Scream 1, when she's being attacked in her house and she blocks out the door with her closet door and Ghostface is at the door going like that, trying to get in. And then he sees her use the internet to call the police. That was new technology. That was, yeah, so the Scream movies always kind of show the new tech that's going to come out. But my bad, I got a tongue twister. The Scream movies always show new tech that's either new in the moment or about to come out soon, you know? And that's what Scream 7 will be doing as well. Just like Scream 4 is utilizing a new technology for Ghostface to use to kill people. Did Scream, let me see, Scream 3? Yeah, Scream 3 as well. Even though it wasn't real, but the voice changer, the voice changer that had all the different voices that Roman had, I don't know if you could probably create that now with AI, but back in the day, that how did Roman make that? How did Roman get his hands on that back in the day, you know? But yeah, that was, I guess, somewhat of new technology as well, even though it was more fictional. Scream 6. Did Scream 6 utilize any new technology? Let me see. Be quiet, guys. Come on. Hey, anyone in the chat? Does anyone know if Scream 6 used any new technology for Ghostface to use? I can't really remember too well. Did Scream 6 use any new tech? I mean, they always use the voice changer, the phones, you know. I can't really think of anything. Anyone, did Ghostface use any new technology in Scream 6? Aporeki says, I have 2 songs to the end credits, either Want Painted Smile or Sweet Dreams. That's awesome. Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Caleb says, I created my own serial killer slasher story. There is a part 1 and 2. That's awesome, Caleb. Make a fan film, guys. Come on. You guys should be inspired by me. Make a fan film and start a channel like me, you know? Like that. Make fan films, guys. Make fan films. All of you that are writing your own killers, make fan films, bro. Make fan films. You don't know who's going to come snooping around your channel and might want to buy the rights to your character. You could either sell it and get rich, or you could be like, nah, I'm going to keep it and make some money off of it. Or they could utilize it, or they could pay you to use it and stuff, you know? Emon Argro says, my heart broke when Jamie Walters died in Scream 2. Yep, that sucks, right? That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah, it was a crazy scene. Tustadimo says the title for it is Slashoween. Oh, that's cool. In horror movies, killers are always someone the main character knows and they have a motive. But my killer has no motive and does it for fun. He's random guy, by the way. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. I remember John Carpenter saying that Michael Myers had no motive, and then eventually he did have a motive. Huh? But that's all good, bro. It's all good. Caleb says all the killers in Scream movies series are a cult. Yeah, that's what it's starting to seem like. Oh well, it was already. Oh well, they were already gonna go in that angle with the original Scream 3. Remember, guys? They were already gonna be in a cult in Scream 3. Remember, they were all gonna be like this, having ghost face meetings. We're having a ghost face meeting right now, guys. Look, I'm the Grand Ghost Face. We're having a ghost face meeting right now. I am the Grand Ghost Face. I bless you all to be ghost faces. You guys think this is how the ghost faces in the Scream universe actually live stream together? Imagine with their masks off or on. No, I would say on. I would say on. Imagine though, that would be cool, right? Imagine a Scream movie where we see all the ghost faces from the subreddit all live streaming together, planning where they're gonna meet up for the next attack. That's something. Bro, if I make another Scream fan film, I'll probably use that. You know, I'll probably utilize that. If I make a sequel to my Scream fan film, the Ghostface. Tostadimo says so. The main character doesn't know him at all, nor do the friends know him. Most movies always have a killer the main character knows. Yeah, that is true. That's pretty true. Yeah, just like Halloween. In Halloween 2, it turns out that Laurie did know Michael. It's her brother, you know? Yeah, so you're right. Tostadimo says the one thing I'm probably going to have trouble with is how I'm going to make the poster for it, though. That's not really anything too crazy, bro. Tostadimo, if you follow me on Instagram, I could probably help you out with the poster stuff. Twisted Emo, if you follow me, or do you already follow me on Instagram? Or if you don't, just follow me on IG, bro, and I could help you with that. Just follow me on IG and I could help you with that, bro. Appariki says the director's cut where Michael escapes. I picture breaking into a house and doing some chick that's like 20 and doing that crime. I can't say on here for a reason. Yeah, that would be crazy, Appariki. That'll be crazy. It'll be brutal. That's all I can say. It'll be brutal. Just Animo says because the killer wears multiple costumes and masks. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Imonor Girl says Frozen. Isn't that Disney movie, Frozen? Caleb says, rest in peace to my homie Tony Todd, aka Candyman. Yes, rest in peace, Candyman, Tony Todd. He was great in Final Destination Bloodlines. Poregi says, I was so sad when Tony died. I miss him. Yeah, it's almost like a year? Yeah, it's almost been like a year, huh? Wolf says, Jeff the Killer does in fact talk. He tells his victims go to sleep before killing them. Oh, I forgot. I haven't seen a Jeff the Killer fan film in a bit. I want to make one now, too. I have a homie like the same size as Jeff the Killer. And he looks just like him with his long hair. Apple Ricky, retract the message. OG Wicked Milk was good. What's good, OG Wicked Milk? Glad to see you here on the channel, bro. Another episode of Horror Sundays. Today's episode 53, bro. Today we are talking everything Scream. Today is everything dedicated to Scream, bro. Scream all through 1 through 7, bro. Everything Scream. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Wicked Milk. Wicked, please smash the thumbs up if you haven't, bro. Please, so more people could join us here on the live. Aporeki says, in my movie, Wolf, he will be silent like Michael Myers. That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool, too. I like it more when killers are silent, to be honest. I don't really like it when they talk, unless they're like killers that don't wear masks, that are just straight up like, you know, they're human. Like, I don't mind that. Like Ghostface talks, you know? But like someone like Michael Myers, Jason, I don't want them to talk. I like them silent. IBP Fat Edit says, I feel Ghostface will manipulate Sydney by using her dead loved ones. Like how Tatum was her best friend who died. They only use her voice with AI. That's my theory. Yeah. I'm thinking all the dead people because obviously Scream 5 and 6 are still canon in Scream 7. So I'm thinking all the dead people that are coming back honestly are gonna be AI. Like some AI render that they send to Sydney, and then some rendered voices by AI to psychologically mess with Sydney and make her question her reality. Yeah. Honestly, like the only one I think has a possibility, well, the only ones that I think have a possibility of maybe still being like alive is Stu and Joe Roberts. And Joe Roberts. Because Stu, obviously for a while everyone thought he was dead, a lot of people, but then like since Scream 5 came out, and all that stuff. Like the rumors became even bigger that he was alive, and then since Kevin Williamson said that Stu was gonna come back in the original Scream 3 with like a Ghostface cult or something like that, um, then that's when all that started. At first I wasn't really big on the idea, but eventually I just didn't care. As long as I get more Scream movies, like I said, these new Scream movies aren't really about the killer reveal anymore. They're more about just Ghostface doing his thing, and that's killing while wearing the Ghostface costume and mask. So that's what I mean is that like I don't really think the reveals matter as much anymore as they did from Scream 1 to 4. I'm gonna be honest, the last time I was shocked that a killer reveal was Scream 4. That was the last time I was like, what? No way. Scream 5, the killers got spoiled as well. Because in the trailer, you were able to see that it was literally Amber, the one that was on fire. Because she's literally wearing that olive green shirt she wears in one of the earlier scenes in the trailer. Richie as well. When there's a shot of Sam stabbing him, you could kind of see like his flannel in the trailer. So Scream 6, the killers got spoiled for me as well on YouTube. Someone posted a reel of it, and I was just really curious. And I was just like I just said screw it. And I watched it, and I saw who the killers were. It was Liv. I mean Liv. It was what is it? Liana Liberato and Jack Champion. What are their names again in the movie? What were their names? Quinn and Ethan. Yeah. So yeah, that was the last time I was shocked at a killer reveal in Scream. Was in Scream 4 because it wasn't really that easy to spoil the reveals back then because YouTube wasn't that sophisticated. But yeah. So like I said, it's not even really about the reveal no more for me. It's just mostly I just want to see Ghostface in action now. But yeah, I really think that they'll be like AI. Most of the dead people they're bringing back, Dewey, Roman, whoever else is coming back. I think they're all gonna be like AIs, except like Jill or Stu if they're really alive. OG Wicked Milk says, bro, imagine if the killers are Stu and Leslie. Yo, that'd be hype as hell. Oh yeah, that would be great, bro. I don't even care who the killers are, honestly. Yeah. Hey, to be honest, Wicked Milk, like I don't even care who the killers are anymore. In Scream, like I keep saying, guys, in Scream, I don't really care who the killers are anymore. I don't really care anymore. I mostly just like seeing the movies now, just to see Ghostface killing and doing his thing. Like the reveals now are just an afterthought. So to me, it doesn't really matter, but that would be interesting. But there is some people, I do talk to this one Ghostface fan on Instagram, and we were actually talking about that, and he didn't really like the idea of Leslie Mocker and Stu being the killers. He didn't really, he or she, I don't know if it's a he or she, but they didn't really like the idea of Stu Mocker and Leslie Mocker being a team for some reason. I don't know why. I think it'd be the best Ghostface team, a brother and a sister. That'd be awesome. Well, Wicked Milk says, bro, okay, we read that. Apple Ricky says, I'd also have like Jeff's backstory in my movie. Twisted Emo says, the killer is chasing a girl in a haunted house. She hides, but the two doors fly open. A zombie animatronic thrashes around. The killer throws her at the animatronic as it goes back behind doors. That's awesome. That's awesome. Imonargos, isn't 7 a Christmas movie? Nah, it takes place like around Thanksgiving, like November time. Scream 7. It still takes place during the fall. It's still a fall movie. From what I heard, it takes place during the fall of like, I don't know, 2027 or 2028, I think. Scream 7. So like what, 2022? Like 5 or 6 years after Scream 5. Yeah, but it's close to Christmas, Emo Nerd Girl. It's close to Christmas. It's close to Christmas. Wolf says, oh, I see Apple. Apple? What do you mean Apple? Wolf, what do you mean Apple? Apple Ricky? Are you talking about Apple Ricky? Tyrese Daniel says, favorite movie. Tyrese says, my favorite movie is The Mask. My favorite movie, Scream 1996. I know I say Halloween 78 as well, but right now we're in Scream season. Right now is Ghostface season. So Scream 1996. Once we get back to Halloween season, I'll say Halloween 78. And during the summertime, I say or the spring, I say Friday the 13th. But right now it's Scream season. So right now my favorite movie is Scream 1996. So yeah, Tyrese, thank you for joining us here on the channel. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Tyrese, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Please smash the thumbs up. Tyrese, get us up to 23 so more people could join us here. And yes, The Mask is a great movie as well with Jim Carrey and Cameron Diaz. Whoa, she was a smoke show in that movie, right? But yeah, I love that movie. I grew up watching it in the 90s. Funny as hell. The effects and CGI all look great. Wicked Milk says, bro, Roman's tech is available today. But remember, the elite and the military always have early access to tech years before they're released to the public, so it could make sense. Yeah, I thought about that too as well, you know? I thought about that too as well. But where did Roman get access to that tech? But you know what? Maybe he did have access to that tech because he was a film director, you know? And film directors have access to like a lot of kind of props, you know? So the US military lets you use like, this is what one of my old friends told me. I don't talk to this friend no more, but this is what they told me once. They said that the US military lets you use their equipment as props as long as you give the US military a good image in your film or documentary or whatever you're making, you know? So yeah, I could kind of see where you're coming from, Wicked Milk. He could have made a military movie. He could have made like a FBI or CIA movie, and they gave them access to classified props that only elite, like you said, individuals have access to. And he could have probably taken something or paid some money to duplicate or get his hands on something. Yeah, so I get what you're saying, Wicked Milk. I get it. Evil Nerd Girl says Roman is in 7. Yeah, he's in 7. He's in 7, but I don't think he's physically in 7. I don't think he is physically in 7. I don't think he's physically in 7. I gotta sneeze, guys. Damn, dude, I always sneeze so much when I talk. Castellano says, hey, what's up, Frank, my handsome brother? How are you feeling today? I'm feeling great, bro. I'm feeling great. Just chilling here on another episode of Horror Sundays. Today is episode 53. Today we are talking everything Scream. Today is everything Scream. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, cosplay. Get us up to 23. Please cosplay so more people could join us here on the channel. Please cosplay. Please get us up to 23. Cosplay says, I'm cool. I'm currently overseas in Europe enjoying my little vacation. Awesome, cosplay. Awesome. Glad to hear. Yeah, I saw your story, bro. You were like in like the rain or something, you know? It's raining over there. It's freaking hot in California right now. I hope you have a great vacation, bro. Apple Ricky says, I have 3 actors who I would want to play Jeff. I want Martin Portlock, Evan Peters, and Jacob Tremblay. I don't know who yet. That's awesome. Yeah, sounds like a great cast so far, Apple. That sounds like a great cast to me. Even our girl says Cult of Ghostface. That sounds like a cool fan film. Should I make a fan film called Cult of Ghostface? Should I make a fan film called Cult of Ghostface? Hey, this mask kind of looks like the one Sam is holding at the end of Scream 6. My mask right here, like at this angle. Like this. It kind of looks like the mask Sam is holding at the end of Scream 6. The one that's on the floor as they walk away. Void. Y2 or WI2. Yo, what is good? It's JJ. What's up? How you doing, JJ? How you doing? I haven't seen you here in the channel in a long ass time, JJ. How you doing, bro? How you doing? Let us know how you've been, man. Let us know how you've been. Welcome to another episode of Horror Sundays. Today's episode 53, bro. Today we're talking everything Scream. Today is everything Scream. So please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Void. Get us up to 23, please, Void, please, so more people could join us here on the channel. And let us know, what is your favorite Scream movie? JJ, what is your favorite Scream movies? Apple Ricky says, I only seen Scream 1. Should I watch all of them or should I just say F it and go see Scream 7? Just go see Scream 7. Who cares? Doesn't even matter at this point, honestly. Apple Ricky, like I said, at this point, the killer reveal doesn't even matter no more. So yes, go watch Scream 7. Go watch Scream 7, Apple Ricky. Please go watch it. Make it make money so we could keep getting more Scream movies. But yeah, Apple Ricky, go watch it. It doesn't even matter anymore. You can watch the other ones after you watch that one, and then you can make sense of it altogether. But yeah, just go watch it. Enjoy the movie. Enjoy it as a fun popcorn flick, you know? Because, like I said, I don't think the killer reveals are really shocking anymore, or they don't even really matter anymore to me. To me, it's all about just seeing Ghostface just killing people now, you know? Like I said, the killer reveals were very good from Scream 1 through 4. But Scream 5, Scream 6, they all spoiled the killer reveals, so they were not shocking. So yeah, just go watch it. I just go see the new Scream movies just to see Ghostface just kill people. You know? So yeah. Wolf says, which Scream movie do you think Ghostface is at his most vicious? Scream 1, bro. Scream 1. Scream 1, man. Scream 1, he slits Kenny's throat. He crushes Tatum in the garage door. They killed Sydney's mom, you know? What else? They killed the principal and hung him from the goalpost on the football field. You know, that first Ghostface was scary, fool. Like, it's funny to me that people, when Scream 5 and Scream 6 were coming out, they're like, oh, this is the scariest Ghostface. Yeah, this is the scariest Ghostface. It's like he was pretty much on par with, like, every other Ghostface. The only thing he didn't do was joke around that much or trip as much, you know? But I hope they bring back Ghostface tripping on stuff, because that's what made the first four, like, Scream. Well, I don't know. I don't think it's Scream. Oh, yeah, he did trip in Scream 4 as well. That's what made the first four Scream movies more realistic to me, was that Ghostface actually tripped around and, like, fell, you know, because it's so hard to see under those Ghostface masks. It's so hard to see and look at your feet and stuff, you know? Like those first four Scream movies, like, they were more realistic because, like, in reality, you ever tried running with a Ghostface costume on? You'll trip, you'll fall, you know? Like in Scream 5, Scream 6, they got rid of that, you know? They got rid of that to make them quote unquote more vicious. But dude, Ghostface has always been vicious, bro. Remember in Scream 2, he freaking plows that car into the construction equipment, and then that detective gets a whole pipe through his freaking head? Bruh, come on, you know? What else? Scream 3. Scream 3 as well. Ghostface was just slashing throats, bro. He slashed Lance Henriksen's throat. What is it called? He also stabbed up that actress in the, like, he punches her and she breaks the window of the door and she gets stabbed on the door as well, and he stabs her on the back, you know? Let me see. Even another girl says, oh, modern technology and Scream, the door locks. Oh yeah, Scream 5. Scream 5, yeah, that was Scream 5. The door locks in Scream 5 as well. You see, that's what I mean. Scream movies always utilize new technology that's coming out or that's already out. Wolf says, Apple, I think you'd get more out of Scream 7 if you watched the other movies. I don't know about jumping into 7 after seeing just the first movie. Who cares? Let the kid enjoy themselves, bro. Let the kid enjoy themselves. Wolf, it's okay, bro. Who cares? Let the kid enjoy herself, you know? Let the kid enjoy herself. Go watch Scream 7, eat some popcorn, and not really care. And just, you know, like it'll be cool for Apple Ricky to see Scream 7, because she's not too familiar with what is it called? With the lore, you know? With the lore. So to her, to Apple Ricky, going to see Scream 7 is going to be pretty exciting, because it's like to us, it's not that exciting because we know what to expect. But Apple Ricky is kind of new to the Scream franchise, you know. So she's gonna be on the edge of her seat. Unlike us, we're mostly there to just see Ghostface now, you know. Wicked Milk says, true, Frank. Now it's getting more like Halloween when you just want to. Yep, yeah. You see, Ghostface Wicked Milk agrees. I'm glad you agree, Wicked Milk. Wicked Milk says, true, Frank. Now it's getting more like Halloween when you just want to see Ghostface killing. Maybe there will be a Scream where we know who the killer is from the start and watch along his kills. Yep, exactly, bro. Yeah, it is. It is becoming kind of like Halloween or Friday the 13th or Freddy Krueger or Terrifier or John Carver or Hard Eyes, where you just want to see them now. You know, you don't really care about the reveal. I mean, Wicked Milk, do you really care about the reveal anymore? Like, honest to God, do you really care about? It's not like to me, they're not shocking anymore. The shock value ended in 4 with the reveal. Now it's just about seeing Ghostface in action. And yes, that is a good idea, Wicked Milk. I like for real, Scream, like if Ghostface and the Scream brand wants to last another 30 years, they gotta start incorporating new ideas to the Scream franchise, you know? Like you said, how about having a Scream movie where we already know where at least one of the killers is, you know? Where we already know where at least one of the killers is. I thought they were going for that in Scream 6. I honestly thought they were going for that in Scream 6 with Jason Carvey. I was kind of shocked when he took off his mask in Scream 6 in the beginning after killing the teacher, whatever her name was again. What was that actress's name? I don't know, I forgot her name. That blonde chick though. But yeah, after he kills her, he takes off the mask. I was like, what the hell? I was like, what? I was like, so at first I was like, bro, they're letting us know who one of the killers is already. And now we got to figure out the rest. You see, Scream would get so much more like, what is it? What is it? What is that word I'm looking for? It would get more immersive. The movies, or yeah, the movies would get more immersive if they would already let us know who one of the killers is off the bat, you know? And then we just have to figure out who the rest are, you know? That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome, bro. If they would have done that with Scream 6, it would have been cool if Jason Carvey was actually working with the Baileys, you know, helping them, you know. It would have been cool and it would have been cool if they would have killed him off later in the movie, you know, once they felt like they didn't need him anymore, and they could have revealed that in the killer reveal, you know, they could have revealed that to Sam and Tara. Oh yeah, we stole this place from Jason Carvey after we didn't need them, you know, they could have done that, you know, that would make the movie so much more immersive. Also, Scream works very well as a TV series. Scream is literally a soap opera with a serial killer in it, you know. So Scream would work great as a TV series as well. Like I said, it's a soap opera because it focuses a lot on the characters and their drama and internal conflicts they got with, by themselves and with each other in their friend group. And the Ghostface killer is just like it's just, what is it? What was that word? What was that word? A byproduct. The Ghostface is just a byproduct of whatever problem is happening with that friend group, you know? But yeah, Wicked Milk is right. True, Frank. Now it's getting more like Halloween, where you just want to see Ghostface killing. Maybe there will be a Scream movie where you see the killer from the start. Yeah, totally. Apple Ricky says he would use any weapon he gets his hands on. That's awesome. Even his hands, Apple Ricky. Even just his hands. Wolf says yes, Apple, as in Apple Ricky. Apple Ricky says, what if I had one scene where Jeff rips out guys' esophagus with his bare hand? That'll be awesome. That's like in Rob Zombie's Halloween, where he rips off the cop lady's esophagus as well. One other girl says, achoo, yes, I hate sneezing. I hate sneezing so much, dude, especially when I talk for long periods of time, I start sneezing. Apariki says, should I have S in my movie? Go to sleep. It's the title of my Jeff the Killer movie. Yeah, bro, make it gory. You got to make it nasty. Disgusting, Apariki. Just blood and gore. Just blood and gore and guts and body parts isn't going to do it no more, Apariki. I'm telling you right now. I bet you Damien Leone even knows that for Terrifier 4. Just blood, gore, body parts, guts isn't really shocking anymore. You need like nasty stuff like throw up, poop incorporated into horror movies now, you know? That's what I'm going to be doing with my clown movie. I want to be incorporating all that. I'll probably have a scene where one of the clowns throws up on one of the dead person's face or something. We already know the other scene that with the poop that I want to do. And then maybe have another scene where my clown dumps pee on someone, you know, after he kills them. Or he dumps pee on his wounds, you know, because pee is kind of salty. They say salt. They say pee has salt minerals in it. Pee has salt minerals in it. So if you dump it on someone with cuts on them, then it'll burn, you know, just like the salt scene in Terrifier 1. But, you know, you have to think of a new way to do it, you know? And there's a lot of, like, acid and pee, too, you know? So it'll hurt their wounds and cuts. So yeah, like I said, just blood, gore, guts, body parts, smashed brains ain't gonna do it no more. You gotta use a lot of nasty stuff in horror now to make it really shocking. So Stanimo says, I thought of a Scream movie idea where instead of the killer being Ghostface, they hire two hitmen to be dressed as Ghostface and do the work. Yeah. That's what Ghostfaces pretty much are. They're like hitmen, They're like hit people. Ghostface, it's just an identity people use to commit crimes, Because obviously you don't know who the person is under the mask and robe, So it keeps your identity concealed and you can still go about your business, during the day. And then during the night, be Ghostface. So yes, Ghostface are on par with like hitmen and assassins. Ghostface are assassins. They're Ghostface's assassins. I also see Ghostfaces kind of like ninjas in a way, Ghostface is kind of like a ninja in a way because he's fast, he's swift, he hides in the shadows, he comes out of nowhere, he pops out of ceilings now, So yeah, Ghostface is kind of like a ninja, like a hitman. That would be awesome, yeah. That'll be a great idea, Twisted Emo. And they already kind of did that in Scream 2, though. Twisted Emo, they already kind of did that in Scream 2. Remember? Mickey was already a serial killer before even becoming a Ghostface killer. Mickey was already himself like a hitman in a way. He was already a serial killer before becoming a Ghostface team with Billy's mom, So they kind of, in a way, already hinted at, did that stuff, IBP Fan Edit says, I've seen theories where Mickey comes back from Scream 2, but I don't believe that after all the times he got shot. Yeah, if he comes back in Scream 7, it's probably most likely AI, bro. Because that fool got shot like about the same... He got shot like about almost as the same amount of times as 50 Cent, So I don't know, man. If Mickey comes back, he's definitely an AI render. Emo Nerdy Girl says, yes, Cult of Ghostface. Let's all start having Ghostface meetings right here. Let's all start having Ghostface meetings, guys. So when I go live, I want all of you to have your Ghostface robes on as well. So we could begin the Ghostface ceremony. You know how in church they raise the glass, the chalice? In the Ghostface meetings, we raise the buck knife. Oh, Wicked Milk says, if you make a fan film called Cult of Ghostface, I'd love to be a Ghostface cameo in that Ghostface live stream idea you had. Hey, yeah, that would be awesome, Wicked Milk. That would be awesome, bro. Yeah, that title just sounds cool, right? Cult of Ghostface. It'll take place in Woodsboro. Maybe after Scream 7 or something, We're back at Woodsboro. After Scream 7, even though the Mocker house is gone, the Ghostface legend lives still, Hey, I could already come up with a good story. Yeah, that would be cool, bro. That would be cool. A scene where all the Ghostfaces are live streaming, like planning their next target. That'll be so cool, bro. Wicked Milk, that'll be awesome, bro. That'll be awesome. Let me just finish my projects that I'm committed to right now. What am I working on right now? Let me see. I'm working on Halloween Ends. We're actually shooting a scene this Thursday, guy. Wicked Milk, since I'm on the topic of Halloween Ends, I'm going to start sending you clips. I'm going to start sending you clips so you can start putting a trailer together for me, little by little, okay? I already sent you the title card. So yeah, I'm just gonna shoot the rest of the scene that I need this Thursday, and I'm gonna start sending you clips maybe on Friday, all right? So just look out for that. So we could get a dope ass trailer going, bro. Cause I want to see your trailer skills. Man, you're probably better than me. So Serimo says, by the way, I'm doing a kill count video on my on one of your Halloween fan films. No way, really, bro? No way, Twisted Emo. That's awesome, bro. Which one? Twisted Emo says, should I have Michael Myers metal song in it or just random metal song? Michael Myers metal song, bro. Have a Michael Myers metal song. Have a Michael Myers metal song. Hey, that means a lot to me, Twisted Emo. That means a lot to me. I really appreciate that, bro. I really, really appreciate that, bro. I really, really appreciate that. Hell yeah. That's going to be awesome, bro. I can't wait to see that. Make sure you tag me on it so I could share it on my Instagram. Hey, and yeah, bro, Twisted Emo, like I said, bro, if you need help with your poster, just follow me on Instagram. Or if you already follow me on Instagram, just hit me up. and I could help you out with your poster, bro. To city, Imonar girl says, I think they should make like a Hispanic Scream, like with George Lopez and Cheech Marin. What? That sounds crazy. Emo Nerd Girl, you got some wild ideas. That is like so out there. Emo Nerd Girl, that is so out there. That is cool, though. That is a cool idea. I could actually picture George Lopez in a Scream movie. Like him being like a serious dad, you know? Like a serious father, and his daughter gets involved with some ghost face stuff, you know? Also, Cheech, I could actually picture Cheech Marin as well. Just maybe like the old stoner guy, the dad of the stoner guy in the Scream movie. Oh, that'll because there's always like some stoner guy in the Scream movies as well, you know? Yeah, that'll be awesome. Emo Nerd Girl. That is actually pretty cool. That is actually pretty damn cool. And yeah, dude, that's cool. And there was already kind of like an Hispanic Scream, you know, Scream 5 and Scream 6. The main final girls were, well, I'm guessing Sam Carpenter and Tara Carpenter were at least half Hispanic, you know, because Billy Loomis is a white guy, you know. Billy Loomis is a white guy, and he looks, although Skeet Ulrich kind of looks Hispanic now. Now that he's older, he kind of looks more kind of, but he kind of did look have like an Hispanic-ish Latino look in Scream 1 as well, though. He did look kind of Latino as well, because he was white. He was a white guy, but he wasn't like super pale white like Stu or Sidney or Tatum or Randy, you know? They were like ghosts. But Skeet Ulrich wasn't like, he had like a little bronze to him, you know? But yeah. So yeah, Sam and Tara, they're not full Hispanic. They're like half white for sure. Or I mean, is their mom Hispanic though? That's what I never understood about Scream 5. Was the mom Hispanic or half Hispanic as well? Because I mean, Sam and Tara looked really Hispanic. You know, they looked really Hispanic. Like you could tell they were like Latinas. You know, but like I'm curious because was their mom Hispanic as well? Because in the movie, Billy Loomis is a white guy. In the film, Billy Loomis is straight Caucasian. So that would mean what was their mom's name again? I forgot. I was gonna say Sabrina Carpenter. I was gonna say Sabrina Carpenter right now. Their mom's name. What was Sam and Tara's mom's name, guys? Guys, what was Sam and Tara's mom's name again? What was their mom's name again? Dude, I forgot. I gotta remember now. But yeah, I'm kind of confused because like for Sam and Tara to be like Latina looking, one of their parents would have to be Hispanic, you know, and like, let me see. Christina Carpenter. Okay, so Sam and Tara's mom's name is Christina Carpenter. I was saying Sabrina Carpenter because it's so close. But yeah, Christina Carpenter. So I'm thinking Christina Carpenter herself is probably half Hispanic as well. Because Carpenter usually tends to be like a white last name, you know? So I'm thinking Christina Carpenter is probably, their mom is probably half Hispanic herself. So maybe Christina Carpenter's mom or her dad, one of them was Hispanic. But Sam and Tara are maybe like a quarter Hispanic because Billy Loomis is a white guy and Christina is also half white, you know? So yeah, there's that. There's that. You know what I mean? There's that. But yeah. Tosterimo says, Scream 3 is my favorite movie. I love Scream 3 as well, bro. I love Scream 3 as well. So much nostalgia for Scream 3. I used to watch it in my aunt's house. Scream 3, I used to watch Scream 3 a lot at my aunt's house. Rest in peace. God rest her soul. Hope she's resting with God now. But yeah, I used to watch my Scream 3 at my aunt's house a lot. In the 90s, well, not 90s, that like 2000 when it came out, 2000, 2001, 2002, you know? Like, I'd just be chilling at my aunt's house just watching that movie. You know, that's cool, bro. I miss my aunt. Yeah, a lot of nostalgia with that movie. Wicked Milk says, I think Mickey was the most vicious killer. By the way that he acted, it looked like he was a rabbit or something. Or, yeah, he did, right? Especially when he was like all bleeding and his mouth was all bleeding. He's like, surprise cameo just for you. Didn't see it coming, did you? Yeah, he was. He looked like he had rabies. Especially when he woke up. When he woke up for the last scare before Sidney and Gale shoot his ass to death, and he gets up, he's like, ah! And he has the knife, and he's just like, ah! Like that. Remember? He just gets up from the pile of freaking prop rocks and stuff, and he's just like, ah, like kind of like on some Chucky stuff, huh? Like on some Chucky stuff in Child's Play 3, when he pops out of the from behind the desk and he scares the freaking what is it, the general, that fat white general guy, and he gives him a heart attack and he falls on top of the little model play set. Yeah, if that scene felt like that, like Child's Play 3, when Mickey's just like, ah, yeah, you're right, Wicked Milk. Yeah. Timothy Oliphant was a crazy Ghostface, huh? He was cool too. He was a really cool Ghostface as well. He just had an edgy look, like that look he had, like in his eyes, his eyebrows. He just looked angry, he just looked sus, bro. He just looked really sus. Since I first saw Scream 2 when I was a kid, he was already like one of my first top suspects. Like I was actually shocked when I saw Billy's mom. That's the part that shocked me in Scream 2. But I kind of expected Mickey because he already kind of had, like I said, a very edgy demeanor. Like he was very like kind of dark already and stuff like that. Like he wasn't like Derek, where Derek was this super bubbly, no, actually Mickey was charismatic as well, but in a more manipulative, psychopathic kind of way. Derek was charismatic in a more like a leader type of way. So yeah, you were able to tell Mickey, like it was just like Scream 1. I think in the Scream movies they kind of already let you they hint at who like one of the killers could be already, because in Scream 1 I was really suspicious of Billy and Stu already because of that conversation they're having at the fountain. Like, who in their right mind would have? Well, like, they were literally incriminating themselves, bro, in that conversation at the fountain. Like when Sydney's like, "How do you kill someone?" Or like, "How do you gut someone open?" Remember? And then Stu's like, "Well, you get a knife and you stick it in their chest, and you freaking what is it? You stick it in their chest and cut it up their sternum. Like that bro was literally like incriminating himself right there. And then also Randy Meeks also got a gotcha moment on Stu and Scream 1 at the fountain when Randy's like, "Is that after you sliced and diced last night?" And then Tatum starts backing him up. "For your information, he was with me last night." Yeah, dude. So yeah, Randy kind of had a gotcha moment on Stu right there, because he got real quiet after Randy said, "It was that after you sliced and diced?" So were you with Tatum before you killed Casey, or after? And then Stu says, "I had to gut your ass right now." Dude, straight up incriminating themselves. Straight up just letting the cat out of the bag right there. And then Billy all trying to keep when Billy tells Stu, it's called tact, F-tard, when he tells Stu, it's called tact, F-tard. That's literally incrimination right there, because like the way he says it, he's not telling him in a way to be sensitive to Sydney. He's telling him kind of like, "Hey, bro, shut the hell up," kind of like that, like a shoulder nudge, bro. What are you doing? Billy, the way he says it in a way that he's like kind of trying to get him like to get the cue of shutting up. So yeah. Yeah, he acted rabbit. Something that fell out. Also, he got most of Roger's voice work imposed during action scenes. That's awesome. Hell yeah, that's awesome, bro. IBP Fanatic says, and Scream 6 and the number 1 is definitely my favorite. Scream 6 had a lot of blood in it. Yeah, Scream 6 was a fun watch too as well. Like, I love them all, bro. Scream 6 had its issues with kind of like the plot a bit, in my opinion. But the movie was shot cool. The scenes were cool. Ghostface looked cool. The blood, all the gore. It was a lot of gore in it. So I like that. The chicks were hot in it, so I couldn't complain. All the girls were pretty damn hot in that movie. What is it called? Yeah, Scream 6 is a fun watch as well. Imonargo says, "I am terrified of the Ghostface voice." Why? It sounds scary? It doesn't even sound scary. It sounds like that TikTok voice. Twisted Emo says, "Just thought of a cool idea. What if I make multiple posters of my fan film of the killer in different costumes in each poster, and also the poster looks exactly like old horror movie posters?" That'd be awesome. Twisted Emo. Twisted Emo says, like, the first poster could be the killer wearing a pumpkin mask and the holding up a knife next to the face, like the Halloween 78 poster. Yeah, that sounds cool, bro. Do it, Twisted Emo. Do it, bro. Do it. Make it your own, bro. Apparekis, I'll probably wear black hoodie, black gloves, black pants, and wear a Scream mask when I don't see it. When I when I see it, I don't have a robe. That's cool, bro. That's cool as long as you got the hood. Do you have a ghost face mask, Apple Ricky? Apple Ricky, do you have a ghost face mask? Wicked Milk says, true, laugh out loud. That the reveals aren't as damn, dude, I just messed up right there. True, laugh out loud. The reveals aren't as interesting as they were before. Only way to get us a true surprise was to have a legacy character be Ghostface. Yes, yes, yes. Either Gale or Sydney or Tatum now, you know? That's the only way to actually make us really what is it called? Really shocked again with Scream, right? But they also gotta try to avoid. I think the main, honestly, Wicked Milk, honestly believe that that's not even the problem. Honestly believe the main problem is people recording the killer reveals in the theater with a freaking cell phone and uploading the short or the video to YouTube or Rumble or wherever videos can be posted, bro. And Instagram, TikTok, you know, all that stuff. I think that's the actual problem, to be honest. Is people recording the killer reveals. You know, like if they wouldn't do that, I would probably be a little more shocked when I saw the reveal in Scream 5 and Scream 6, you know? But yes, that also makes sense though as well. That also makes sense as well is if you want the shock value back in Scream, you got to start making characters that we do not expect to be killers end up being killers. So that would be Gale, Sydney, a newcomer, Isabel May as Tatum, you know? I think it would be a real true shocker if Scream 7's killer ended up, or maybe not Scream 7, but maybe say Scream 9's killer or Scream 8's killer ended up being Sydney's own daughter. You know, like how more shocking would you want it to be? You know, how much more shocking, you know, like that would be the ultimate shock of shocks, you know, would be Sydney's own daughter being the killer, you know? Just think about that, you know? Sydney's own daughter being the killer. That would be like the ultimate twist, bro. That would be like Star Wars, literally. That would be like the whole Scream franchise coming full circle, you know? Just like in the original Star Wars trilogy, when Luke finally gets Darth Vader to turn to the light side and acknowledge him as his son, and he takes off the mask finally, you know? Like that's like that. The Scream series franchise, whatever you want to call it, would come full circle if one of Sydney's own kids, because we only know about these kids for now, you know? We only know about Tatum for now. We don't know if she has any other kids, you know? But that would be the full circle moment in Scream, is having one of her offspring be a Ghostface killer, bro. That would be shocking. But they don't do that. They don't do that because they always want to save them to be final girls and stuff like that. And so like they're gonna be struggling to to really get us shocked with the Scream movies in the future if they don't start really, really upping the stakes of who could be a killer, you know? Twisted Emo says, and the second poster can be like Friday the 13th. The killer is in a trench coat, but you don't see his top half. That's awesome too. That's awesome. Twisted Emo says, and the third poster can be like a prom night. The killer can be wearing a gas mask while holding up a knife, and the main character's reflection is on the knife. That's cool too. Hell yeah, bro. I love it. Twisted Emo says, what do you think? I love it, Twisted Emo. I love it, bro. Sounds really awesome. It sounds awesome as hell, bro. Apple Ricky says, what about a scene where a guy's taking a S, Jeff Barrages and drowns him? Yeah. That's perfect, Apple Ricky. That is perfect. You see what I mean? That's perfect. There, you're getting it. Emo Nerd Girl says, Terrifier got cheesy after 2. I like them still. I like cheesy horror movies. Because without cheesy horror movies, you wouldn't have independent, low-budget horror movies, you know? So cheesy horror movies are part of low-budget horror filmmaking. I love the Terrifier movies as well. I love all of them. They're all fun to watch. Remember, guys, movies are just fun to watch. You're not supposed to take them too serious. Movies are not some actual simulation that you're watching, you know, an actual universe that exists inside the freaking movie, you know? It's not real. It's make-believe. It's all shot with the camera. There's people right there telling the actors what to do and say. You know, they're putting on costumes. So there's no need to take movies so seriously, you know? There's no need to take movies so seriously because it's all just fake, you know? Emo Nerd Girl says Ghostface could use a camouflage to attack victims. He already camouflages in the dark. That's why he has the dark robe. But imagine Ghostface with the camouflage robe and like a war zone. Imagine that guy's Ghostface with like a camouflage robe in a war zone, camouflage mask, camouflage soldier boots, camouflage Ghostface knife, camouflaged gloves. Oh man, camouflaged voice changer. Apple Ricky says, "What if someone named their kid Reaper? That'd be dope." Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Reaper. That'd be crazy though. Even our girl says, or you can branch out to another location. That is true too. That is true too, Emo Nerd Girl. Apple Ricky says, what if someone... No, I already read that. Wicked Milk says, yo, hell yeah, Michael Myers metal song dope and for real, twisted demo. That sounds crazy, twisted demo. What's up, Dominic? How you doing, Dominic St. Clair? Glad to see you here, bro. I think I missed your message earlier. My bad, bro. I got lost in the live stream on the comments. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Dominic? Oh, no, I did say hi to you, Dominic. How's the script looking, Dominic? How is the script looking, bro? How is the script looking? Hey, please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Dominic? Get us up to 23, please, bro. So more people could join us here, bro. Please, please, man, please. Get us up to 23, please, bro. Emo Girl says Maureen Prescott. Hey, that would be cool, too. Imagine Maureen Prescott ends up being one of the killers. Imagine Sydney's mom faked her death as well. Imagine that, guys. Imagine that if Sydney's mom faked her death and now she's a ghost face as well. That would be shocking as well. That would be shocking as well. Emo Nerd Girl says, cast me, I'm Puerto Rican. Now that'd be awesome. I'm down. I'm down, Emo Nerd Girl, 100%. Apple Ricky says, I picture Jeff being like a menace, like Michael Myers in Halloween 2007 remake. Yeah, totally. Sounds great. Cosplezano says, Frank, you like collecting posters? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, Cosplayzano. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, bro. Apple Ricky says, I'm watching Halloween Ends right now. That's awesome. I love Halloween Ends. We're still making a Halloween Ends fan film. We're shooting this Thursday. And just, in what, like 3 days or something? Or 4 days? Cosplezano says, when I hang out with you, I'll let you know I have Boogeyman poster. It has mainly all iconic killers on it. I was going to throw it away, but if you want it, I'll give it to you. Thank you so much, Cosplay. Please give it to me, bro. Please, I want to put it on my wall. Cosplezano says, imagine a film with twins being the killers, Double Trouble. It could be called, yeah, that does sound interesting. That does sound really interesting and creative and original, bro. Hell yeah. I dig it. Tustadimo says, you know, my dentist is a huge Scream fan and gave me facts. And he even told me that they need to do new and different things. Like they already did the relative killer thing. Yeah, that's what I mean, bro. That's what I mean. Scream's going to have to start branching out in different directions. You're going to have to start having final girls that are traumatized eventually becoming the killers, you know? Everyone thought in the original Scream trilogy, everyone thought Sydney was going to become a killer herself, you know? So, yeah, they need that. They need to start bringing Scream to the TV series again more, you know, as well. They need to start focusing on different stories that take place in Woodsboro that have nothing to do with the Prescotts or the Rileys or the Carpenters or the Mockers or the Loomises. Just new stories that take place in Woodsboro with new teens in high school and all that. You know, they need to take Ghostface back to like the high school setting, like the original movie. I think that's what they're doing with Scream 7. I think they're trying to kind of go back to kind of like the high school setting again, you know? As well. They tried in Scream 5, but they didn't incorporate too much into it because you were getting a mixture of high school students and like 20-something-year-olds in a group together, you know? But yeah, Scream 7 and future Scream movies gotta like bring it back to like the high school setting as well, you know? Like I want to see like the teenagers in high school again being Ghostface, you know? Maybe a cool chase scene in the hallway, maybe in the locker room, you know? They got to do all that stuff again, you know? Maybe have different Ghostface stories taking place overseas in different continents around the world. Twisted Emo says, also have a feeling that if Fun World were to see this and see you talking about Ghostface wearing a camouflage robe, they'll probably make that laugh out loud. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, Twisted Emo. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I could picture that. I could already picture it like that. That just screams like a product that could be sold to me. You know, I'd buy it. I'd buy it. That'd be cool, bro. Imagine a Scream movie in the woods. That's what I would use that for. A camouflage ghost face mask, camouflage robe, camouflage gloves, camouflage freaking combat boots, camouflage ghost face knife, camouflaged voice changer, bruh. Camouflage socks, you know, all the whole 9 yards. Yeah, bro, that definitely does sound like something Fun World would probably do. Just maybe make it like a limited time thing. So like they'll bring it back every few years and stuff or something like that. So it could sell out. Yeah, that's crazy, right, Twisted Emo? Camouflage Ghostface. Even her girl says, "Oh, Ghostface pancakes at IHOP. That sounds good. That sounds good." Apple Ricky says, "Did Laurie like forget about Jamie and just had Karen?" Uh, well, apparently, Apple Ricky. Supposedly, the new Halloween trilogy is not connected to the Jamie Lloyd timeline. So no, Karen is her only daughter. Karen Strode is her only daughter in the David Gordon Green trilogy. But you know what? I have a way to connect all of them. I have a way to connect. What is it called? Jamie Lloyd, John Tate, and Karen Strode. I have a way to connect them. I have an idea for like a Halloween 3 movie, like an official Halloween 3. Since we never got like an official Halloween 3, we got Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, which had nothing to do with Michael. And then we got Halloween H2O, which really wasn't a Halloween 3. It was more of a Halloween 78 anniversary movie. But yeah, I have a way to bring, I have a way to connect all of Laurie's 3 kids together in one movie. But Malik Akkad would have to give me a chance and let me, send them my script. But I doubt he would. Apple says, I'm confused. Confused about what, Apple? About Laurie. No, like I said, Apple, like I said in the new Blumhouse movies, Laurie never had Jamie. She only had a Karen. Uh, Jamie is connected to Halloween 4, 5, and 6, and to like the original like 78 and Halloween 2, because that was all Laurie's story. But yeah, once Halloween H2O came out, they started skipping over the Jamie Lloyd thing. Although you could see like a little cameo to Jamie Lloyd in Halloween 4 in the opening credits of Halloween H2O. You see the bloody scissors on the floor that either belonged to Jamie when she stabbed her mom or stepmom, or the bloody scissors from Halloween 5 that Michael used to kill Rachel. So they were trying to kind of still keep it connected somehow. Coslizano says, bet I got you with the poster when I get back. And yeah, a twin killer film would be interesting. Just gotta find twins. Yeah, that's the hard part. Twins are rare to find, bro. That's the hard part. But yeah, it's a really interesting concept and idea, dude. Really original. Apurica says, imagine you see Jeff in a mental asylum and he throws one of the cops across the hall and his head explodes like a watermelon. That would be cool. That would look cool, actually. That would look really cool on screen. Aporegi says, bro, if you went against Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris, that'd be gone. Yep, that is true. That is true. Wicked Milk says, Ghoulie, or what does that say? Gilly and Hunter, Ghostface costume would be dope. Let me see. What is, oh, wait. Bro, I bet Paramount will do a Scream series after Scream 8. Probably, bro. I'm thinking they're probably going to do Scream 9. Hey, cosplay, no, Wicked Milk. Wicked Milk, I heard a rumor that they're going to go up to 9. I heard a rumor that they're going to go up to 9 with this new quote-unquote trilogy. Because supposedly they're starting a new trilogy with Scream 7, bro. They're starting a new trilogy with Scream 7. So apparently this is gonna be like Isabel May's trilogy. So you know what's funny is that Scream 5 and 6, I see what they're doing with Scream 5 and 6. They're like leaving them as little standalones in the middle. They're like Scream 4 was. Remember how Scream 4 was kind of like the middle movie? The middle movie between Scream 3 and Scream 5. Scream 4 was like the let me see, Scream 4 was like the side story movie kind of. People kind of saw Scream 4 as kind of like the side story movie. Well, I kind of see what Paramount's doing. I guess they're kind of like they're gonna kind of try to make like Scream 5 and 6 kind of just like side stories, and then make Scream 7, Scream 8, and I heard that rumors that there's gonna be Scream 9. So they're gonna be this new trilogy as like the main, like their new main trilogy, and they're gonna keep Scream 5 and 6 as like their own little standalones, kind of like how Scream 4 was his own little standalone for a while, you know. So yeah, I see them doing that, you know, to bring in like new characters and stuff like that, and a new cast. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Wicked Milk. I wouldn't be surprised if after Scream 9 they actually just decide to do another TV series as well, you know. Casizano says, "Hey, Wicked Milk." So Cinimo says, "I do want to include a few horror movie references in my movie as well. Like here's Johnny and other stuff." Yeah, that's awesome. Make sure you have a hole on the wall to do the here's Johnny scene. Apple Ricky says, "Rob Zombie Michael looked like he could bench 180. Yeah, he was a huge guy. Tyler Mane was freaking huge, bro. Tyler Mane was freaking huge." Twistinimo says, or a reference to Halloween 5, the killer kills two teenagers in a barn at a party with Sight. Yeah, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. OG Wicked Milk says, "What's good, Zano?" Clovnom7 says, S, I'm so late. It's all good, Clovnom. It's all good. We still got like about... We still got like 22 minutes. We still got like 22 minutes, Clovnom. We still got like 22 minutes. We still got like 22 minutes. Clovnom, please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Clovnom. Clovnom7. Please smash the thumbs up. Get us up to 23. Clovnom, please, bro. Yes, yes. Yes, we're at 23, guys. We're at 23. Clovnom says, also, I messed up and I missed the Gen 1 pre-order. I'm so bummed out. Stupid notifications from emails were off. I missed the pre-order too as well, bro. I missed the pre-order too as well, but there's going to be another pre-order. There's going to be another pre-order in the coming weeks. I was watching Nate Reagan. You guys don't know who Nate Reagan, check him out, bro. He knows everything about Scream. He even has Scream used props, and I think he worked on Scream 4. But yeah, Nate Reagan was doing the live stream about the Gen 1 mask, and he said, yeah, that it's the pre-orders are sold out, but it doesn't even matter because it's just a pre-order, and you're not even gonna get this mask until like the fall, supposedly, I've been hearing. So to me, it doesn't really matter, honestly. I'll get the next pre-order, or honestly, I'll probably just try to get the mask, honestly, like once the next pre-order, right before like it releases, you know? I'll probably, yeah, like I said, I'll probably try to get my mask, like, I'll probably try to get it like the last pre-order before it actually releases, or I'm just going to really keep a good eye out because a lot of this stuff that goes on pre-order ends up being at the freaking Spirit Halloween or Party City later on, you know, like in like Trick or Treat Studios. Like when Halloween ends, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills was coming out, everyone was pre-ordering their Michael masks, you know. Next thing you know, you go to Spirit Halloween or Party City or any other Halloween shop or store, and they have the mask there already, and then their pre-order wasn't even arrived yet, you know. So I think I'm just gonna wait. Because right there on the Halloween Asylum website, it says that the mask ain't even gonna ship until like September, bro, or like October around that time. So I'm just gonna wait until around like August, around that time, you know, and I'll probably pre-order it then, maybe, or I'll probably wait until September because that's when more Halloween stuff starts going up. And if I see it at the store, I'll just get it at the store, you know. But if I don't see it at the store, then I'll just pre-order it, you know. I'll try to pre-order it the last batch before it goes out, you know. Twisted Emo says, did you hear about the Fun World bringing back the Gen 1 masks? Yes, I did hear about that. I did hear about that. But guys, I also heard some like not so great stuff about the Gen 1 mask. You guys ready for it? We got some Scream news right here. We got some Fun World, Ghostface, and I don't know if it's really Scream news, but it's more Ghostface and Fun World news. What is it called? Fun World is re-releasing the Gen 1 Ghostface mask. I think I already talked about this on another live though, but I'll talk about it again since it's a Scream live stream. The Gen 1 mask is making a comeback. The Gen 1 mask stopped being produced like around, I don't know, maybe like the early 2000s, I think, from what I could remember. And that's when the regular like just Scream. No, actually, the Gen 1 mask, that was like Fantastic Faces stuff, right? Yeah, that stopped being produced, like, I think probably like around mid-90s, late 90s when they started branding stuff Scream, you know? When they started, because before Scream came out, the Ghostface masks were just called Fantastic Faces by Fun World, you know? That's what they were called. They weren't called Scream. They weren't called Ghostface. I think most people used to call it the Weeping Ghost or the Peanut-Eyed Ghost, you know? So yeah, after the first Scream movie came out, that's when Fun World started branding them as Ghostface and Scream, you know? And Scream. And yeah, I used to own a few of those masks, the Gen 1s, bro. I remember now. I remember having one on. This is like 1998, 97. My aunt had this huge ass house that she used to live in, and we were in the front yard. It was like the nighttime, and like back in the 90s, we didn't have phones or internet like that. So people would chill outside and talk, you know, and stuff like that with their neighbors and stuff like that. And I was wearing one of my Gen 1 masks, my Ghostface mask. And yeah, it was awesome, bro. And I remember one of my cousins saying, it looks like every movie the mouth gets longer, you know. And I had a few of them. I remember my mom and my aunt, they bought me a Gen 1 mask, and my little brother a Gen 1 mask while we were grocery shopping at Ralph's. If anyone here is older and you remember the store Ralph's, you know, like the grocery store. Yeah, so they used to sell Halloween stuff right there during the Halloween season. And I saw two Scream Ghostface masks. They were labeled Scream though by this time, you know. This is like around the times the first Scream came out, like 96 and stuff like that. So yeah, they were labeled Scream, you know, Scream as seen in the major motion picture Scream. I had a bunch of those masks, bro. But like when I started partying later on, like I had them for like about 10 years. And then like in 2011 around like, or 2010, 2009, around that time, when I started partying a lot during like my senior year of high school, I sold most of like my old collection that I had from like the late 90s and the early 2000s. I sold it for money, you know, to party, you know, and stuff like that. So I messed up by letting go of some like Gen 1s, you know, like probably like 4 of them, you know. I could have had like a down payment on a house and stuff. But yeah, yes, Fun World is bringing back the Gen 1 mask. But what sucks about it is that since it's a 30th anniversary mask, it's going to have the giant sparkly hood on it. Just like the 25th anniversary Ghostface mask. Remember when the 25th anniversary Ghostface mask came out? The first ones that came out were the ones with that giant sparkly hoodie. Yeah, so that's going to be the case with the Gen 1 mask. The Gen 1 mask is also going to have that giant sparkly hoodie on it. I'm still gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy 2. I'm gonna buy one to hang up and one to take off the hood and put a smaller shroud. So that's one of the things I don't like, is that they're gonna be releasing it with the big giant Ghostface sparkly hoodie. That's one thing that I don't like. The second thing is that they are gonna release the Gen 1 mask with a hood like this, but it's not gonna be for a while. It's not gonna be for a while, okay? It's not gonna be for a while, I heard. So the main mask that they're gonna have is the Gen 1 with the big giant sparkly hoodie on it. And like I said, they are going to release also the one with the small regular hood with the tassels. But I don't think it's gonna be for a while. I think they're only gonna, just like remember when the 25th anniversary mask came out and only the 25th anniversary mask was available for a while? So a lot of people were de-shrouding their 25th mask and adding the regular small shroud. So that's what's going to be happening for a while. People are going to be de-shrouding the 25th mask and adding their own smaller shroud until they release the one with the small shroud, you know. but Nate Reagan said that Fun World does have plans of releasing the Gen 1 with the regular small hood eventually. Eventually though. Eventually. But not anytime soon. So for now we're only gonna have the big sparkly hoodie one. Which is like whatever. Like I said, I'm still gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy two. I'm gonna get one for collection. And I'm gonna get one for because I want to do a Scream 96 fan film eventually. So I'm gonna start getting props for that in the fall, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much it on that, you know? That's pretty much it on that. So we're still getting the Gen 1 mask, but we're not getting it the way we thought we were gonna get it. You know, we're gonna get it we're gonna get it 30th anniversary style with the big giant hoodie. And then maybe like in maybe 6 months or almost a year after that, I think they'll start releasing the Gen 1s with the regular hood on it, you know? Calzezano says, what's your favorite mask in your collection? My favorite mask in my collection? My favorite mask in my collection is probably my Tots Kills mask, but it's now my second favorite mask in my collection, guys. It is now my second favorite mask in my collection because I got a late Christmas gift last Wednesday. I got a late Christmas gift last Wednesday from my younger brother. He gave me a late Christmas gift. He gave me a brand new Michael Myers mask, but this isn't a Tots Michael Myers mask. This is like a HSM2. Wait, HS, let me see. It's okay, so yeah, I got like I said, my Kills mask was my favorite for a while, but my brother gave me a late Christmas gift last Wednesday. He got me the what is it called? What is this mask called again? Okay, he got me the H2SM. My brother got me the H2SM Michael Myers mask. Like I said, let me repeat. My brother got me a late Christmas gift last Wednesday. He gifted me this. My brother gifted me this mask, bro. This is a HSM 2 Michael Myers mask. This is not a Tots mask. This is like a independent mask maker mask. This is like a $500 mask. And my brother got this for me for Christmas, bro. I am very thankful, bro. I just finished my live stream and I turn around and I see him holding a mask. And then I look, I like, but I didn't think of it too much until I looked back again. I was like, where'd you get that? He's like, I got it from some guy. He's like, Merry Christmas. And he handed me the, what is it called? The H2SM Michael Myers mask. Bro, it looks so screen accurate. It looks like it's pulled like right out of the movie, bro. It looks like it's been pulled like right out of the movie, bro. It looks great. So yeah, this is my new favorite Michael Myers mask. I didn't want to show my actual one because I'm gonna be reviewing it. Maybe tomorrow for the channel, maybe, or maybe not yet, because I do want to get shots of me wearing it as well. But yeah, this is my new mask that I got in my collection. You guys will see it soon. Probably next Myers Monday. Yeah, it's like a $500 mask, bro. It looks straight up out of the movie. It looks screen accurate and everything, bro. It looks great. It looks great. It looks great. I love it. I love it so much. It's a great mask, dude. But yeah, guys, yeah, I digress. Apple says Rob Zombie's Michael would win any fight. Yeah, pretty much. He could probably take on almost all the other smaller Michaels. Except Jason. Apple Ricky, except Jason. Wicked Milk says, and the thing is, they're subject to change to remember what happened to the 25th anniversary robe. Oh yeah, that as well. I also heard that they might also re-release the 25th robe and add like the little drawstrings and all that stuff. And I think maybe add the sparkly, more sparkly stuff behind the tassels of the robe. Because if you look at the 25th anniversary mask, only the front of the tassels are sparkly. The backside, they're not sparkly. And maybe shred the bottom of the robe to make it more like witch-like, how it is in Scream 1. Because in Scream 1, the robe isn't like perfect. It's not shredded into little squares. It's like shredded into just a bunch of messed up triangles. Cloud9 says, yeah, but people ordering like 100 masks to resell on eBay. That's why there's no pre-orders left. Yeah, that is true too. That is true too, bro. That is true too as well. That is true too. I don't know, but I've been lucky to find resellers selling stuff at decent price or sometimes cheap. You know what's crazy? It's because there's so many resellers on eBay. You gotta find the cheapest seller, bro. That's what I do, bro. Like my John Carver masks last year, 2024 for Christmas. Someone was selling them for like $100 a piece on eBay. I was like, not even, bro. They don't even cost that much on the actual site. And then I found another guy on eBay selling them at the actual price, you know? So you just gotta look, bro, on eBay. There's good prices, bro. You just gotta look, though. You just gotta look. Like most of my Michael Myers masks, I got them off eBay, except a few. But most of them are from eBay, bro. The Halloween V2 is from eBay. The Kills mask is from eBay. I got them cheaper than what Tots was selling them. The Kills mask, I got it for like $50. On Tots, they usually go for like 60 something. The Halloween H2 V2 mask was going for like 60 something bucks as well on Tots. I got it for like $40 on eBay. The Halloween 4 mask was like $60 or something as well on Tots, and I got it for like $40. For like $40 on eBay. Same thing with the Halloween 5 mask, like 40, $50. So you just gotta really look on eBay, and you can find this stuff cheap as well. So I don't doubt I'll find the 25th, the 30th anniversary masks on eBay eventually at a reasonable price. Cloud9 says, yeah, but people, okay, wait, I read that. Twisted Emo says the live stream should be named Live Scream this Wednesday. I'll call it Live Scream this Wednesday. We're still going to be doing the road to Scream 7 here. We're still going to be talking about Scream 7 on Wednesday as well, guys. I'm going to be talking about everything Scream still. Cloudnom says, so I'll title it that on that day, on Wednesday. Cloudnom says I'll probably have to reshroud one if I get them because they are. Damn, dude, I might have trouble reading today. I'll probably have to reshroud one if I get them because they are using the 25th anniversary hood. Hopefully, the dye doesn't seep into the mask. Yeah, that's what happens. I don't know what's up with those like hoods and robes, huh? Like, what's up with the dye and the black fabric that infects the mask, you know? Like I remember seeing those blue dots since I was a kid, bro. Since I was a kid, I used to see those blue dots on the Ghostface masks. And you know what's crazy is like, honestly, you know what though? If I look back to like 1998, 97, 99, in those days, I didn't really notice blue dots on the masks, to be totally honest. In those days, because in those days, they were using the cotton shrouds. Remember that? This was 97, 98, 99. So they were still using cotton shrouds. I started noticing all these blue dots on the Ghostface masks more like around like Scream 4. When Scream 4 came out, or like in the early 2000s as well. Even a little before Scream 4 came out. Yeah, in the early 2000s, that's when I kind of started noticing these blue dots on the masks. And then by Scream 4, they just ramped up. They got even more like prominent. You know what it is? What I think it is? I think it's the polyester shrouds. I honestly think it's the polyester shrouds. These polyester shrouds that they use, I don't know what kind of chemical reaction it might have on the like vinyl or latex, whatever this mask is made out of, but it has some kind of chemical reaction that it ends up infecting the mask with like this dark purple or navy blue looking dots. Yeah, because like I said, I didn't really see this in the 90s. I didn't really see this on the Ghostface masks in the 90s. Like I said, I started noticing this more like around like, I don't know, like 2003, 2004-ish, around there, 2005-ish, around that time. That's when I started noticing this stuff. And then by 2011, it's just started wrapping up even more. So I honestly believe that it has something to do when they switched over to polyester shrouds, honestly. That's what I think. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what I think. Is I think all this started, this like purple dot stuff, when they switched over to polyester shrouds and stopped using cotton ones, you know? That's what I believe. Look at that. That looks so screen accurate. It looks like, bro, it looks like the mask Sam is holding at the end of the movie. Look at that. Still alive. Tosirimo says, bro, people will buy masks and just end up reselling them for insane prices, which is ridiculous. Like, I know I've seen that before. I'm just glad, I'm lucky that I haven't ran into anyone on eBay trying to scam me like that, you know? I'm glad. I'm glad so far all the stuff I've ordered from eBay has been either at the same price that the original seller sells it or cheaper than the original seller. Wicked Milk says the amount of scams there will be, bro, people are going to be selling them as if they're vintage. Nah, you can't sell them as vintage because you can't fool me. You can't fool me because I've seen the original vintage ones already. You could tell when someone rehauls a mask, bro. So if they're really going to try to resell them as vintage, Nate Reagan was saying that Fun World is going to do something with the chin stamp. They're gonna do like a new branding on the chimp stamp, on the chin. I said chimp. I'm thinking of the movie Primate still, bro. But yeah, Nate Reagan was saying in his live stream on Friday that they're gonna do something different with the chin stamp. They're gonna do something different to differentiate them. What is that word? Differentiate them from the original Gen 1s from the 90s. They're not going to be able to do that. They're not going to be able to do that because they're going to give this a different branding. So the re-release of the Gen 1 is going to have a different looking logo branding right here than the original ones. So if you try to pass it off as an original Gen 1, you're not going to be able to do it because someone will just look at the original one and be like, this is an original, that's a re-release. And you could try to rehaul it all you want. You could try to paint over it. I'll probably buy one, a resold one, trying to pass off as a vintage, just to freaking chip off the paint or whatever rehaul. Because you know they're gonna try to paint it over and stuff like that, you know. But we all know what a brand new original Ghostface mask looks, and it does not have like thick paint on it. You know what I mean? An original Ghostface EU mask smells like marshmallows or vanilla. If it does not have that smell, if it does not have like that like a matte white kind of look, then you know it's been rehauled and repainted to try to be passed off as an original. They're not going to be able to do it. Wicked Milk. They're not going to be able to pass it off as original, bro. And if they do, that has to be like a really, really little kid or really, really dumb dude who just got, or girl that just got into the Scream fandom. You know what I mean? But they're not going to be able to do it, bro. They're not going to be able to do it because these new masks are going to have a different type of like chin stamp logo. Twisted Emo says, for real, OG Wicked Milk. Crimson says, did you get a haircut? Yes, Crimson. Hell yes, I did, Crimson. Glad to see you here on the channel again, Crimson. Today is Horror Sundays. Wait, what happened here? Who took off Crimson's message, bro? Damn. What the hell? Why did you guys time out Crimson? Oh, no, Crimson's right there. Crimson says, did you get a haircut? Yes, Crimson. Glad to see you here on the channel. Another episode of Horror Talk Wednesdays. Horror Sundays. Today's episode 53, bro. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Crimson? So more people could join us here in the live stream. Please, Crimson, please smash the thumbs up. Crimson, get us up to 24. And we haven't seen you here in a while, bro. Glad to see you here. Cloudnown says, vintage gens, ones go for 1,000 is a ripoff. Ripoff. If one of itself, the mold is going to look the same, so it's going to grade probably. Wait, what? Vintage Gen 1s go for 1,000 is a ripoff. In one of itself, the mold is gonna look the same, so it's great. Probably the scalper is gonna make it as rare as the vintage ones, probably, and it's gonna PMO. Nah, I don't think so, bro, because these new 30th anniversary masks are gonna be mass produced, bro. They're not gonna go for maybe in the future, bro. But from what I see, I don't think Fun World is gonna stop releasing stuff for a while, bro. The Scream is too on top of its game right now with movies and lore and merchandise, you know. So honestly, I don't think these new Gen 1s are gonna be even worth selling that much because they're gonna be mass produced. they're going to be so mass produced that they're not even going to be worth that, because you're going to be able to just get it from Fun World itself. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, guys. These masks, these Gen 1s are only going to be hot only when they release, bro. They're only going to be hard to get the moment they release. Remember when the 25th mask came out and the 25th costume came out? You weren't able to find it anywhere. I checked in every site. I checked in every store, online and in Hollywood Boulevard. You weren't able to find them anywhere. It wasn't until 2022-ish, 2023-ish. That's when I was able to find the costume for like regular price already, That's when I was able to find the EUs for regular price already, because during its initial release, that's when they're going to be going for a lot of money, That's when the scalpers are going to be going crazy, because it's like they're really popular in that moment, But once the hype dies down, they're going to be sold at regular prices. You're going to be finding a bunch of them at the store, So it's just right now that they're new, that people are going crazy for them. Emo Nerd Girl says, did you see Black Phone 2? Yes, I did see Black Phone 2. I did see Black Phone 2 back in October in the theater. It was awesome. Twisted Emo says, hey, after this live, I'll tag you in my animatronic comparison video that I was talking about earlier. That way you can see it. Awesome, definitely. I'll check it out. Or maybe I'll make Appariki says, maybe I'll make a character with the name Jeff, but he looks different. That'll be awesome too, Appariki. That'd be awesome too. AMB1 at MB1865. I heard trailer 2 is releasing at 3 a.m. That's awesome. I'll be sure to check it out at midnight. Cloud9 says, yeah, Fun World quality control always take me off, as well as NECA to something with the McFarlane and older 18-inch figures. Yeah, bro, that's crazy, right? Ghost in the Dark kills. Message retracted. Cloud9 Sevens, they should petition Fun World to make an edible mask. Hey, yeah, right? Yeah, because it smells like marshmallows and vanilla, bro. It smells like marshmallows and vanilla. Oh, well, will you look at that? Look at that. I'm already watching Twisted Emo's video. Oh, they nice masks, Twisted Emo. Nice masks. That mask in the middle looks like kind of looks like the Scream 4 mask a bit. Scream 4 or Scream 5. Look at that, Twisted Emo's video. Everyone go to, oh look, there's Cosplay Chris. Yeah, he was talking about the Gen 1 re-release as well. That's where I got my news from Cosplay Chris. Shout out to Cosplay Chris. He's cool. Been watching him since for a while already, bro. For a while. Since before I started YouTubing, and I just started copying him. I like Scary, Killjoy Jake, Haunted Hippie, Sister Pam. I just started copying them, just started talking about movie news, and here we are, But yeah, bro. Cool. Yeah, this is the video that I got my 25th anniversary news, as well as Nate Reagan's live stream on Friday. Cloudnum says, oh yeah, and an edible mask, bro. That sounds good, because those Ghostface masks are white and they look like cream, and they smell like vanilla and marshmallows. I would definitely eat one, an ice cream Ghostface mask. Jose Gomez says, hello, Frank. Are you intelligent? I am. I don't know. I don't want to say I'm intelligent, because only a fool thinks he's smart, Only a fool thinks he knows everything. So, I mean, what do you think? It's up to you, Jose Gomez. That's your call, honestly, not mine. Because only a fool thinks he is intelligent. But yeah, how you doing, Jose Gomez? Glad to see you here on the channel. Another episode of Horror Sundays, episode 53. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Jose Gomez. Please, bro, so more people could join us here. Get us up to 24. Please, Jose Gomez, please. Cloudnum says, thanks, whoever deleted that brain rot spam. Cloudnum says he was spamming 67 mangoes. That's pretty funny, though. That sounds like a band. 67 mangoes? That sounds like a band. Wicked Milk says they can still scam people, bro. Lots of mass scams have been happening, primarily towards older people or people new to the franchise. That's what I mean, bro. That's what I mean. Like, especially people new to the franchise are definitely have the potential to get scammed.
And maybe older people that don't know anything about Scream, but they maybe want to get something for their kids, you know? Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. But they can't scam me or you. Someone like me or you, bro. Come on, bro. Like we would have to have been born yesterday for me or you, Wicked Milk, to be scammed like that, bro. Like we know too much about the masks. We collect the actual, products, So it would just be real hard to like run a fast one past someone like me and you. Wicked Milk says, bro, what the F is up with that 67 thing? That is just weird. Yeah, that's crazy. The clown looks, hey, bro, that clown looks cool. Hey, that should have looked crazy in a movie. Cloudnom says, yeah, but I want a first run. Those are going to be a pain in the ass. The first run are going to be a pain in the ass. I don't even care. As long as I get a freaking a copy, I'm good. Emo Nerd Girl says, I think it's a football thing, 6'7". 6'7", hike it is. I used to play football when I was younger. When I was like in 10th grade, I was like on the football team for a bit, I guess. But yeah, it is some football stuff. That's a cool animatronic, bro. It looks crazy. I think the newer one looks better, bro. Ghost. I mean, what is it? Twisted Emo. I think the newer one looks better. Cloudnum says they got to do the edible mask with the Gen 1 mold too. Yeah, it'll taste good, huh? It'll taste really good. Poreki says, like, instead of white hood, I'd be all black hoodie with dark blue jeans. That's awesome. Yeah, that'll look cool too, Apple Ricky. That'll look cool too. Amira said, hi, Frank. What's up, Amira? How you doing? How you doing, Amira? Glad to see you here on the channel. Another episode of Horror Sundays. Today's episode 53. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Amira? Please smash the thumbs up so more people could join us here on the channel. Please, Amira. Please. Please get us up to 24, Amira. Please. I'm begging you. Hi, Frank. Hi, Amira. How are you doing? I'm doing fine, Amira. How are you yourself? How are you? Amira says, what's up? Nothing much. Just chilling here on the live. Wicked Milk says, what's good, Amira? Amira says, miss you, man. Thank you so much. We miss you, too. We haven't seen you here on the channel for a bit. Amira says, OG Wicked Milk, hi. Amira says, so scary. Yeah, that's Twisted Emo's animatronic video. It was pretty cool. Wicked Milk says, clowns looking dope, huh? Right? Amira says, some knives. Wicked Milk says, have you seen Peacemaker? No, I haven't seen that, bro. I have not seen it. Cloudnon says, have you finished Welcome to Derry? No, I haven't finished it yet, bro. I haven't finished it. I haven't had the time, bro. Amira says, I'm like, thumbs up, Frank. Awesome. Glad to see you okay, Amira. Glad to see you okay. What'd you think of my video? It was creepy, bro. Twisted Emo. It was creepy how the clown was just on the chair like that. I love it, bro. You got to use that animatronic for a movie. It was great, bro. I even commented on your video. You'll see it right now. Apple Ricky says, Momo is terrifying. Yes, Momo is, I wouldn't say scary, but it does scare little kids. I think Momo just looks dumb. I used to have a Momo mask, but it was ripped, so I threw it away. Amira says, Frank, some hearts, and what are those right there? Some Kleenex or something? Thank you so much, Amira. You are so, I appreciate you so much, Amira. Thank you so much for showing so much love. Thank you so much, Amir. Wicked Milk says, man, Peacemaker is so good. It's like Deadpool mixed with Kick-Ass. That's awesome. I haven't seen it, though, bro. I haven't seen it. This is Rogue One says, what's going on, my people? What did I miss? I'm late here. Yeah, bro, you missed the whole live, basically. You missed the whole life, but it's all good. This Rogue One, it's at this Rogue One. No worries, bro. No worries. I know sometimes people can't make it to the lives on time, you know? It's all good. Don't worry. Just smash the thumbs up, yeah? Rogue One, just smash the thumbs up, bro. Just smash the thumbs up, bro. Get us up to 25, please. So more people can see this live when it goes up. And we were just talking about Scream 7, bro. We were just talking about Scream 7 and the whole Scream franchise here. We were just talking about that since Scream 7 is about like 5 weeks away now. Yeah, we're just, right here speculating, anticipating, waiting, and all that good stuff, So yeah, bro. Are you ready for Scream 7, this Rogue One? Are you ready? Amira says, I'm hungry, want a noodles. Yeah, I'm hungry too as well, Amira. I'm hungry too as well, Amira. Thank you so much for the heart, Amira. Thank you so much for the heart, Amira. Thank you so much. Amira says, clapping. Yeah, let's get some clapping going on. Hell yeah. Yeah, we're still going to continue. This Rogue One says, I'm ready. Hell yeah, Rogue One. Hell yeah. We're going to continue with our Road to Scream 7 on Wednesday as well, Rogue One. We are going to continue as well with our Road to Scream 7. So if you didn't make it today for this live, I'll be live on Wednesday again for another Screams 7 live. For another Scream 7 live. I will be live again on Wednesday for another Scream 7 live, this Rogue One. So if you missed today, no worries, bro. If you missed today, no worries. It's all good. Amira says, some dancing people. Yeah, we dancing over here. Look, cha-cha-cha-cha. Cloud9 says, they got to do something original and not just parody other movies like Halloween 2018. Yeah, I get Halloween 2018 vibes on the Scream 7 trailer, especially where Sydney's running. Did you see that clip where Sydney's running in the neighborhood in the dark? It looks like Halloween 2018 when Allison was running in the neighborhood back to Lori's house. Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. Amira says, haha, Frank. Yeah, I was just dancing, some dancing. Apple Ricky, retracted message. Ricky Milk says, Amira, got them dance moves going on. That is true, right? Amira's laughing, OG Wicked Milk. All right, guys, thank you so much. Hollywood Horror Film Club, Ghostface and Michael Myers Collectors for joining me here on the live stream for another episode of Horror Sundays. Today was episode 53, and today was our Road to Scream 7 live stream. We will continue this Wednesday with another Road to Scream 7 live stream. Like I always say, please smash the like and subscribe button. Really helps me out a lot in the algorithm. Smash the bell notification to be notified when I go live or upload new videos here on the channel. Hit the comments below. Share these videos with everyone you know. So more people could keep watching our videos and fan films and stuff like that, Join us on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram as well for more horror content. If you'd like to leave a donation to the channel, Cash App link below as well. Amira says, I'm late. Yes, Amira, we started like 2 hours ago. Amira says, you close? Yes, I'm closing for tonight, Amira. I will be live again on Wednesday, though. I will be live again on Wednesday for Horror Talk Wednesdays. We will be continuing our Road to Scream 7 live stream. Caslizano, smiley face. Caslizano says, yeah, Amira. M6, what is that? M69? Amira says, I'm sad. I know, my bad, Amira, my bad. Yeah, my bad. I'll be live on Wednesday, though, again, Amira. I will be live again on Wednesday at 4 p.m. At 4 p.m. West Coast time. I will be live on Wednesday again. So if you want to join us again then, we'll see you. OG Wicked Milk says, see you in the next live. Take care. Amira says, when will the next broadcast be? Wednesday. Wednesday, Amira. I'll be broadcasting on Wednesday again. OG Wicked Milk. Amira dancing again. Wicked Milk says, this Wednesday. Amira says, okay, Frank, see you then. See you, Frank. Cloud9 says, see you, cousin. Take care, everyone. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Amira says, I will be very excited on Wednesday. Awesome, Amira. I hope to see you here. Take care.